By May 2025, it became clear the U.S. strategy of peeling Russia away from China had completely failed. Instead, a new coalition has formed. Beijing and Moscow are openly coordinating their actions on the global stage. China no longer plays diplomatic games. It has openly challenged the U.S., and Russia is gladly supporting the anti-American course. Meanwhile, in Kyiv from May 8th to 10th, key Western leaders, Scholz, Starmer, Macron, Tusk, and Zelenskyy, gathered to deliver a clear ultimatum to Putin: a 30-day ceasefire, without conditions, followed by negotiations if Russia halts its offensive. Otherwise, harsher sanctions and increased military aid to Ukraine. Putin responded with a proposal to resume Istanbul-style negotiations, supposedly from scratch, but with a clear hint toward the terms of capitulation discussed back in 2022. At the same time, the Kremlin refused to agree to a ceasefire. Its representatives dodged a direct answer, calling the situation ambiguous. This is a de facto refusal to accept the West's terms. Putin cannot afford even a pause in aggression. It would be a political admission of defeat. All of Trump's attempts to strike a deal with Putin in 2024 to 2025 have failed. Trump has lost influence over the Russian dictator. The U.S. has been forced to return to its traditional bipartisan strategy, supporting Ukraine, containing Russia, and applying sanctions. Now, even with silent approval from the U.S. administration, the West has made it clear: either Putin accepts defeat or he stands alone. On the battlefield, a military stalemate has emerged. Neither side holds a decisive advantage. But the Western logic that it's time to negotiate is flawed. Putin cannot stop. He has long chosen the path of self-destruction, dragging thousands of Russian lives along with him. For him, any ceasefire is the collapse of the imperial myth. He cannot retreat without admitting he has lost. It's a personal tragedy he is turning into a national funeral cult. Since 2022, Putin has lost control of events. The original plan, Kyiv in 3 days, failed. There was no plan B. Everything since has been improvisation. Today's strategy is an endless war with no real hope of victory. Putin wants to fight until death of either Russia or himself. Like a pharaoh dragging his slaves into the tomb, he hypnotizes the masses with lies about the second army in the world and dreams of dragging this war on for 21 years. Some experts still dream of a frozen conflict, but they misunderstand the logic of Russian dictatorship. As soon as Russia stops, it signals weakness and could provoke rebellion within the regime itself. Even a pointless offensive is better than a ceasefire. This is a zugzwang. Russia cannot win, but cannot stop either. And here, a window of opportunity opens for Ukraine. Putin is locked in an endless marathon he is unprepared for, physically and economically.